Preston Bowman with me. Preston, how's the first week of practice been?
It's been good, you know. We've just been getting after it. We've been working hard and stuff like that. It's working.
You guys have a big first game coming up. You're going down to Cincinnati to play Elder. What's the process been like getting ready for that game? How do you guys, prepare for a big game like that to start the season without kind of having to get in the way of preparing for everyone else the rest of the way?
We're mainly just taking it like day by day and not like trying to like look into the future. And then like coach just prepping us. We're watching like film, all that stuff. So we're just like getting better.
What does playing in a game like that do for you guys as a team? Kind of a chance to, really set the tone for the season. Really kind of, you'll be in a spotlight. Elder's a big program in the state. That's going to be a game that a lot of people are going to be paying attention to. How can you kind of, set the tone with, a game like that to start the year?
Yeah, I mean, like it's just like because they're a really good team, and like we're a really good team, so we want to see like exactly where we match up with that from that aspect, and then just like seeing like how we work together. But like winning that game it'll be big for us. It'll put us on the map for sure.
You guys have a lot of talent on this team. You guys are probably one of the more talented teams in the area, if not the state. Talk about kind of how you guys plan on managing all of that and kind of getting everybody involved as much as possible, and how everybody can kind of impact the team.
We have like our game plans for like the game by watching their film and stuff like that, and then it's mainly just like getting people the ball that have been like working, and like so like say for instance like one of us not getting the ball, like they're gonna do something to get us the ball. Just make sure that they got the playmakers the ball throughout the season.
So you guys have a few different tests throughout the season. Even in scrimmage, you'll be playing, I believe St. Ed on Saturday.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Okay.
Yep.
So St. Ed tomorrow. During the season, you'll play teams like Pick North, Gahanna. What do games like those do? We talked about Elder already. What do games like those do for you in terms of kind of providing a measuring stick? How important is it to win those type of games when it comes time for the postseason?
It's really important because it will determine like where you're at in the postseason. It will determine like if you're at the bottom of the bracket with like some of the other teams, or if you're at the top with like the good teams. So like just like going hard every game and not taking it lightly for sure. Like even like when we're up, like we still gotta apply the pressure and make sure that we're putting it to them.
Last season, you guys finished 7-5, I believe. What was the difference between last season and maybe what you've seen? I know it's early still, but maybe what you've seen so far this summer. What are areas that you guys have been looking to improve on, and what have you done to make those steps?
One of like the biggest things that we've been working on is leadership. We've had like leadership councils every other week during this last year's school year, and just like building like chemistry as a team and not being selfish and like being like one of our own, like we're coming together and being one team. So I feel like that will take us farther. Instead, like last year we weren't as together, and so like when moments would get hard, we wouldn't work together at some points. So this year we're working on working together.
All right, so a lot of people look at you guys specifically, in the Pickerington area. They look at the, Pick Central and Pick North game. Obviously, it's the biggest game every year, biggest rivalry across town. As a team you guys have struggled with, I believe they have beaten you, 4 times in a row. They've beaten you in the regular season and postseason back-to-back years. How important is that rivalry game for you guys this year? You played them at home. How important is it for you guys to win that game this year, and kind of just talk about why that rivalry is so huge?
It's huge because it's like Pickerington's the other side of the town. It's like we just gotta go hard for that. But like we got beat 2 times last year, which was hard, and it was like off 1 touchdown, and just like little mistakes that we made. I feel like that's what changed the game for real. But like we just gotta go crazy. I mean,
The goal is to win as many games as possible, compete for OCC titles, regional, state titles, and everything. But what are the things that you've talked about, in the locker room with your guys in terms of trying to reach those goals? What's something specific that you guys really want to strive for this year?
one of the biggest things is winning the state championship, and just winning every game you can, day by day, and just working hard. That's one of the goals, and then mainly, like I said, leadership. That's what we've really been focusing on lately.
You've been going around at a lot of different colleges. I believe you were up at Wisconsin and Louisville recently.
Yes, sir.
Talk about those college visits you've been on and the experience talking with coaches and everything. You're 25, so recruiting is going to pick up a lot, over the next couple of years. Just talk about, what that process has been like for you over the summer.
It's been really what's the word? It's had its ups and downs. Just not being able to talk to coaches until August 1st. That's been rough. But going on these visits, it's showing what colleges I really would go to, and then just the way that they make me a priority. Kentucky, they made me a priority from the day I got the offer, and when I went back up to camp, it's just been all love.
Is there a place that has kind of stuck out so far that you've visited, or a coach that you've talked to at a school so far that has kind of stuck out?
For sure, Kentucky. Like I said, after the camp, Coach Liam, the offensive coordinator, he talked to my parents for about 15 minutes, and then Vince Merrill talked to my parents for about 15 minutes. So they really stood out, and that was the first one to offer me. So I feel like that plays a big role in it too.
Pick North has a great tradition of a lot of talented guys that have come here. I mean, there's a few guys playing for Ohio State right now, and just a lot of great players that have come from the program. Is there something that you try to maybe take from some of those guys and bring into your game?
Just their work ethic. I'll ask them what did they do when they were in my shoes, and then they'll tell me, and then I'll just apply that to what I'm doing so I can be up there with them.
2025 corner Tyson along with me. Tyson, how's the first week of practice been?
It's been great. We started actually with pads I think 2 weeks ago, so it's not really too much.
What's it been like with pads? I know you did a lot of things over the summer. You've been around at 7-on-7s and things like that. What's it like to finally be able to put pads on and start getting some contact?
I mean, it's not really that big of a jump because it's I'm a corner. I'm all about coverages, man on man and stuff like that. I don't really you feel me? But when a running back comes down, I will try to hit him, But it's not really that kind of big of a jump from pads or no pads.
You guys will be heading out to St. Ed tomorrow for a scrimmage. I know it's just a scrimmage, not the same as a game, obviously, but what would you be able to potentially take away from that performance? What's it going to be like being able to see a team like St. Ed's back-to-back state champions?
It's kind of like preparing us for our first game because our first game we're going against Elder, and the St. Ed is an Elder. They always clash together, and then they're both high-class teams, so it's really going to be a good matchup tomorrow. And then we go against Eds, I feel like we'll be prepared.
All right, and what are the things that you've done to kind of prepare for the season? Like you said, you have a big game against Elder to start the year. What are the things that maybe you guys try to think about in terms of getting prepared? Because I know coaches want to obviously get ready for that first game, but they don't want to, kind of look too far ahead. So how are you guys kind of balancing that?
For Elder?
Yeah.
Well, I really kind of get prepared from the people I guard during practice. We have Derrick Ross, Preston, many more receivers like that, because they're the best receivers in our league. So it's I'm guarding them, and then I'm gonna guard somebody else that's as good or probably not as good. So it's that's already preparing me, and then plus film. And yeah, it's probably that.
All right, so I talked to Preston about the Pick Central game as well. There's been some struggles with beating that team in recent years. What do you feel like needs to change in order for you guys to win that game?
I feel like last year we didn't have, I say the leadership. This year we got the leadership, we got the players, we got the talent most definitely. I've been waiting for this game because we lost 2 times last year, which we should have won. I think one of the games we lost by 4, the other one we lost by a touchdown, which we had like both of the games in our hands, but it came down to penalties and like dumb plays, flags, injuries. So I feel like we're gonna win any team we play against this year.
How would you describe your first 2 years? You kind of burst onto the scene a little bit last year, your sophomore year. A couple other guys on this team did as well, actually. How has your years at Pickerington kind of prepared you to play at the high school level? And then what are some of the things that you kind of envision for yourself in the next 2 years?
I kind of envision myself as like one of the top defensive players in Ohio, one of the highest ranked, lots of interceptions. Pick North has helped me with that because we go against like Central, Gahanna, which they also have the top players, so that prepares me as well. And then we also have great coaches. Kyle James, he's been here for a minute, one of the top coaches in the league. Coach here is a great coach. He knows lots of coaches. He knows lots of coaches preparing us for college, helping us to get in recruiting and stuff like that and things of that nature.